Hey, 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 Valtopia. Hey, honey. Welcome to Valtopia TV. Come on, man. Who's ready? All right, today's show is for the high-level leader who has a big following and commands groups at the drop of a hat, knows how to book it out, and you got a program on the shelf gathering dust. Your 30K program is gathering dust on the shelf. I want to talk about intimacy and depth. I want to talk about your ability to go way deeper within yourself, like actually physically deeper in your body, in your own awareness, in your own story, and the results are phenomenal for yourself. This is what we're talking about. All right, say hello. Hi, who's here? Say hi. Let me share this around. This is about finding out how to get into places you've just not accessed before and why you don't see them right now. All right, let me find this right here and share this. And how are you doing? What's going on, honey? Hey, Holly. How's today, honey? All right, let me share to Valtopia. Share to my page. Say hello if you're here. And let me share to my group, Valtopia, and then we'll be ready. What it do, everybody? All right. I'm not gonna lie, I'm feeling a little bit of this cosmic energy today, feeling a little sleepy town. How are you guys doing? What's happening? So I was just having a really fascinating conversation with a powerhouse, and it just made me want to jump on because there are so many of you that come to me that are powerhouses, and you're incredible. Hey, June, you've invested so much money and time to grow yourselves into what you know is inside of you and to overcome maybe childhood or life stories that were limiting or scary or, you know, didn't let you be who you want to be. And the thing about not being who you want to be is that most of you that come to me are, you're badasses. You're overachievers, you're very highly sensitive and aware, and you've been trained to people please and toe the line and to really achieve success in a way that denies some of your deepest vulnerability and sensibility and intimacy with yourself. And that's just been the way you've gotten by, that's the way you've learned to be who you are, and you have a perception about yourself that is outside of yourself, and it's not even apparent that it's outside of yourself because of this lifelong way of achieving that just literally bypasses your own needs and desires and feelings and emotions simply because you had to learn that. Hi, Diane. You just had to learn to do it that way. June's very sleepy too. You just had to learn to do it that way. You know, many of you that come to me were even abused, or it was difficult, or life was just taught you culturally. And this denial, suppression, bypassing of your own feelings, not only the feeling of what you're feeling in your body, but the emotion attached to the feeling, is a huge chunk of what's missing for most people who have done a ton of work, who have invested a lot of time and money in yoga, meditation, self-help, NLP, coaching, all these things designed to help us overcome a really difficult life situation and become who we desire to be. And we love it so much, we evolve and we want to teach it to other people. And what I'm seeing is that there's an embodiment missing for so many people in their practice of being. That's frustrating. I was there too. I was showing up and doing all this stuff, and I wasn't getting in touch with the true me and my true soul people and the reflection I desired to see because I didn't have that deep connection with myself. And I think that for those of you that are watching this, that are looking for your next like really juicy one-to-one client where they come in, they just book in, paid in full, because you're so magical that you're taking them to another layer of income, another level of self-discovery. But there's a part of you that doesn't believe you're allowed to do that. You're used to doing it with lots of groups, with a lot of people at once, but you haven't had the trust of self that you need to have that level of intimacy with a client that you're really being called to, and that you want to do, and you want to go deep into this. Okay? Holly says, I feel like self-isolating for a few days, having connection problems. Okay. Well, I know that sometimes we need to be in our own energy and not be, I know that over the weekends there were some people that were really spiky, and I saw a lot of people fighting. June says it's very frustrating. Yeah, share what's frustrating, June. People were, I was explaining yesterday on the yesterday stream how you were being highlighted what isn't working in your life. Well, as we go into now we're Venus retrograde, and your relationships are being highlighted. And where you haven't trusted yourself is going to be very illuminated to you right now. So how many of you really feel that you can trust yourself? And one way that we can understand who you don't trust is when you don't trust God, or you don't trust men, or you don't trust people. If you don't trust what's outside of you, you probably don't trust what's inside of you either. And learning to trust yourself is exactly that. It's a learning experience. And for many of us, we think we're just supposed to have it or supposed to get it right. And you can actually invest time, space, and money into becoming really good at it, so you can have the reflection you desire created from within, so you see that reflected without. And so to have a beautiful, deep transformation in a one-to-one container with a high-level client who is going to invest thousands of dollars to access your level of magic, you're going to need to get really straight and real with that client. And you're going to want to connect in to deeper levels of yourself before you even are able to call in that person. Literally, those people aren't seeing you right now. You may recognize yourself in this scenario because you're getting bored with your audience. You're getting bored with your audience, and you're wishing that they would step up more or invest higher. You want to raise your rates, but you don't quite. You've tried it and they're not taking, and you're feeling a little bit of imposter fraud kind of energy. And you can command a lot of people at what your status quo is, but you're bored with that and you're ready for something more different. And you know that the way to the difference is to get closer to a smaller number of people that are at a different level of awareness beyond where your current audience is. And you're not getting that because you need to do that work for yourself first. They can't see you right now. That's why you're getting frustrated. Your higher level people literally can't energetically feel or see you, because right now you're energetically still tied into kind of what has been and what was, and your mind isn't letting you let that go. And so the work that needs to happen is about first of all, recognizing where you're feeling that allegiance and how it's affecting you. So that might look like anger or resentment that you feel in your gut when you go to think about some things that you have to do. And then you might have a story about how you have to always do this and it's not fair, and you're carrying that with you. And this work would allow you to begin to realize, oh, I don't have to do it that way. And I need to begin to recognize far earlier in the timeline when my body's kicking off and change things. I'm allowed to give myself more options. I'm allowed to take a different route that's easier. And one of the things that we don't realize before we do this full transformation of being an open, receptive vessel of the God force through us, of our own beautiful life force streaming through us, is that things get easier because instead of you trying to do everything, you're actually lit up, illuminated, and streaming through your genius, which your heart is open, you're magnetic, you're glowing. The people you're really aligned to and that it's easy to do what you do see you, you see them, and then it's a whole different story. Many people don't let themselves get to that level and believe a story that you're the one that doesn't get to do it. I had that one for forever. I'm the one that doesn't get to have the success, or I'm the one that doesn't get to break through. That's just a belief. It's a belief and a story. I don't care who you are. June says, yes, that's where I am, looking at deeper levels of self and not sure if I've done enough work to move forward. You've given yourself permission to do so, which is weird because I love what I do. Yeah, you know, levels of self and not sure you've done enough work. So you've done enough work. That's the thing. A lot of people that I work with, we've done enough work. It's just that you haven't embodied the work that you've learned. So you may have watched a bunch of videos, or you may have even worked with a shamanic practitioner. You may have performed a few experiences, but you haven't actually embodied, meaning your body isn't registering the reality of your new truth. And your mind is still, because your body is still operating in the old paradigm, your mind is like, look, see, we haven't changed. Let's go do it like we always know. You haven't changed, you haven't changed, you haven't changed. Let's keep creating scenarios that we know because you haven't changed, you haven't changed. So your body needs to, your body, your energy, your mind, your thoughts, everything needs to back you up that you indeed are embodied in all the new things that you're learning. So a lot of times people come to me and they're like, it felt like I knew this and I knew that and I knew that. But when we did the work, nobody had ever talked to me about my body the way you did. Nobody ever explained and brought me into awareness about the emotions and how feeling those changed what happened for me in the energy. So, all right. Oops. Okay. So, let's do a little reading for this actual person that I'm talking to, because every day I come on, I'm talking to one of you. And many times one of you actually books in. Let me see, Maria's talking to me and she and I want to go live with the Healy. So let me see what's going on. I'm like, anytime, I'm live right now. Wouldn't that be fun? Let's get the Healy going. So if you guys haven't seen, there's a personal quantum device that hooks up to your phone. And I've bought one for myself. And I'm selling them because I think I believe they're going to rock everyone's world and change how we shift our energy and come into this emotional awareness that I'm telling you guys about. This emotional awareness of feelings you don't know, these subconscious programs and beliefs are shifted with frequencies. And that's why I'm so effective at what I do, because I run frequencies just like the Healy. So what does she say? It's 5:20. Yes, it is. So, all right. So let's pull a card while we're waiting for Maria. I'm talking to this person who is such a baller, pulls in groups of people and a lot of money. But there's a guard up on the chest and the heart, even though you're steeped in health and wellness, and it's this secret hidden attachments that are looking to be shifted. And as we open this, so much of the life force will come down in the body, and you'll be experiencing things in a different way that you didn't know, and you're going to actually be visible to the client that you have been feeling like, why aren't they booking in, or why don't they see me? They literally don't see you right now. They can't feel you. They can't see you. Oh, she says in a few hours. All right. Oh, I knew this was going to be the card. I knew this was going to be the card. Soulmate. That's so funny, because it said, I saw the card and I thought, did that say soulmate? And then it said inspiration, and I was like, oh. And then I pulled the soulmate card. Soulmate. Whether you have already manifested your perfect partner or are still waiting for their arrival. So yes, this stream is about how to connect in with your soulmate. You don't connect in with any of your soulmate lovers, friends, business people until you connect into your soul right soulmate self. And no matter how much self-care and self-love you've done, as you haven't gotten into your body deeply, as you go more deeply into your body, you get to connect more quickly to your soulmate. Let me answer Maria here. I think so. All right. So, who's here with me? what do you think about all this? And for those of you watching the live stream that don't comment but will fill out an application, go to valtopia.com. There's an application at the top, and you can work with me one-to-one, and we go through this deep unlayering of all these beliefs and programs and energy. And I teach you how to become deeply aware of your own energy in a way that nobody's showing you. It's a way for you to really begin to know and embody the principles that you so want to be, that you've invested lots of money and done a lot of exercises and even taken incredible action towards, and you're not feeling the results. It's because your energy's kind of just, I can feel it. It's trapped right here and up, and we need to open and put roots into the ground. Okay. We can do it. All right. Valtopia.com. That's right. Thank you. Thank you. Holly says, thank you for going live. It's just what I needed. Oh, Holly. Holly, I'm sending you love. Know, trust, and love yourself. The answer is inside of you. When we feel like everything's outside, it doesn't mean that like, oh, if everything's fucked up, it's all your fault or anything like that. Like everything in the right time, the right place. Open your heart and ground and open to your own love, life force that's available to you to shift the dynamic of anything that you're going through. When we're tuned into our sleepy side, our tired side, our sick side, our guilty side, our foggy side, then the chances are that you're going to tune into your mind and everything you've always already been. When you let yourself breathe and move your body and take a pause and tune into your heart and your inspiration, chances are you're going to have a different viewpoint and answers about what you want to do with yourself. And then you're going to add more and more of those moments as you choose more and more to be in inspiration rather than in constriction. June's ready to move to the mountain. All right. I like that. All right, I feel like we're just chilling, so. She's having this little chat with me. I feel like we need to pull from the diagnostic deck now to see what's coming through for this client that's going to book in for overflow. I really believe my next client is booking in for overflow. All right, I love it. So Magician is the first card, Magician. You're the magician. The magic is your focus and energy as you tune into your emotions and master your emotions with your body and release any grief or pain or guilt that's holding you into the past. So that is the message. Very, very clear. Like I said, go to valtopia.com and apply if you want to work with me one-to-one. There is a one spot left for the glow up and one spot for overflow. And I have an exciting thing that I thought would be really fun that I'm preparing now. That can be a group experience that will involve art, frequencies, and you feeling really embodied and in this energy that I'm talking about. So if you would like to know more about that experience, say, I want to know about that experience, and I will be sharing more about it as I go. Okay? So thank you for joining me live. I'm going to come on live later, possibly. Maria's trying to get me to agree to it while I'm on the live stream. Honey, you just have to wait for me to finish my live stream. And then I will let you know if I'm going to come on live with the Healy tonight or tomorrow. I'm going to do it as soon as possible. Own your frequency. You're the miracle. See you on the next one. Take care.